what's your favorite movie? My husband and I love to watch The Princess Bride. There are so many great quotes from that movie. Well, one of our favorite scenes is the scene, marriage. Marriage is what brings us together today. Well, if you've seen the Princess Bride movie, I'm sure you're familiar with this scene. Not every marriage starts out well. Well, this one in The Princess Bride didn't. As we know, it was doomed from the start. From the rest of the movie, we understand the context of it. And it's just a movie, right? A farce. But sometimes movies poke fun at real life. And someone who might be experiencing what they think is a farce of a marriage, or what really may be a farce of a marriage, watching a scene like this might poke at the sore spot in their heart. It might be painful, and they wonder what they should have done differently. Some marriages start on a more solid foundation. Maybe the young couple decided that they were going to go through premarital counseling, and they did all the exercises, they attended all of their sessions, and feel like they have a really, really good start to their marriage. And they probably do, maybe more than some others of us had. Yet, once they're married, familiarity and life just starts to take over, and things become mundane. They lose track of how to date each other and how to connect every day. Kids enter the picture, and life just gets very, very complicated. And about 10, 15 years or more into the marriage, they stare at each other and wonder, what happened? And who is this person? Right now, they feel like roommates. They probably feel really disconnected, lonely, and they even might find themselves looking for other ways to get the attention they desire. And when that's the case, often marriages like this fall apart from neglect. Some marriages come packaged with an unhealthy secret. Both my husband and I brought hidden secrets into our marriage. Things that we talked about briefly early on, even when we were dating, but we really never exposed to the other person the full extent of what this struggle was. As a young wife, I believed that if I did everything right, who knows how to define that word, if I submitted to my husband and loved him as best as I could, if I attended church regularly, read my Bible regularly, parented my children well, kept a good house, and so on, I'd have a good marriage. Life would be pretty good and pretty easy. Well, eventually, these secrets exploded in our marriage, and my husband and I share this story in our book, Choosing a Way Out When the Bottom Isn't the Bottom. You can find that on my website at kirstendsamuel.com. Well, by God's grace, we found a way through those landmines together. And I'm so thankful that we did. But not every marriage survives the explosion. And I don't want to give a false impression. Recently, someone asked me, what does it take to have a healthy marriage? As I was thinking about that, and I wasn't able to give a really good answer immediately because there's a lot of factors that go into a healthy marriage, some short phrases started coming to mind. These are things that I wish someone had told me before I got married, or at least when I was a young bride. Well, if you're struggling in your marriage or even just starting out, maybe something on this list will clue you in to what you don't know or even understand right now. Well, if you've been married for more than a minute, perhaps something here will relate to a struggle, or at least make you smile and say, yep, wish I'd known that one earlier. Well, what do you do if what you know about your marriage doesn't match your expectations and your hopes, or even the current state of your marriage? The best thing that we did when we hit our marriage crisis was to reach out for help right away. There's times I wonder if we had sought help early on in our marriage, would we have avoided this pitfall? There's no way to know that for sure. That's wasting energy on what if. But there are times I wonder if we had gotten some really good counseling to begin with, if we could have avoided some of the crisis. So I'm going to read a few of these things that I've thought about that I wish I had known as a young bride. But I will also post a link here to my blog post that has the entire list. See if some of these encourage you. If you're still overwhelmed, or if you think of these and you read these and you hear these and you say, yeah, that's where I am, and you're not sure where to turn, please reach out for help. I offer a free 30-minute Know That You Are Worthy session. You can just go on to kirstendsamuel.com, click the blue button that says Let's Talk, and schedule that session. I'd love to hear your story. I'd love to give you some hope and encouragement, and help you figure out your next step forward. 100 things I wish I knew as a young bride about a healthy marriage. And these are in no particular order. Marriage is 100%, 100%. My husband has unique gifts. So do I. Give him honest compliments every day. My husband parents differently than I do, and our kids benefit. Marriage is a covenant, not a contract. Authenticity builds intimacy. Any kind of porn kills intimacy. Intimacy leads to beautiful sex, not the other way around. Porn ruins sex. Building a solid friendship strengthens my marriage. God and me first, my husband second, kids third, and then others. Don't mess up that order. The closer I am to God, the healthier my other relationships. My husband cannot meet all my needs, ever. Two complete people make a strong marriage. My husband doesn't complete me. Jerry Maguire was wrong. I am complete in Jesus. Marriage doesn't exist for my happiness. Happiness results from living a committed life. Forgiveness frees me to heal. My husband will hurt me, and I will hurt him. Kiss him like it's the last time ever. My husband's heart is fragile. Handle with care. Pray for and with my husband daily. Play with my husband regularly. Speak life-giving words. Be kind. Respect is earned. Marriage demonstrates Christ's love for humans. Trust is built in small ways every day. Trust can be lost quickly. Express appreciation for him every day. Speak well of him in public. Love is an action verb. My husband can be my safe haven. I can be my husband's safe haven. Risk sharing my deepest fears with my husband. I can't fix my husband. Talk with God first about my frustrations with my husband. Admit my part in disagreements. My husband and I are different people, and that's what makes our life exciting. My way isn't always the right way, neither is his. Comparison benefits no one. Be present. Discover something new about him every day. My husband wants to romance me, he just doesn't always know how. Believe for him when he's filled with doubts. Your turn will come. You're his wife, not his mom. Honor his parents even when it's hard. Maintain your individuality. Don't expect your husband to think or act like you. He's also a unique individual. God plus one man plus one woman who are both dependent on God for everything equals a healthy marriage. Build a friendship with an older couple who love God and have a healthy marriage. Learn from them. No one can hurt you more than your spouse. The more you risk transparent communication with your husband, the more intimacy you experience. Forgive quickly and often. The struggles make you stronger. The best marriage advice comes from those who've suffered. Learn to talk to God together. Hold hands whenever possible. Say, I love you with your actions. Sitting together in solitude can speak volumes. You may not resolve the disagreement until tomorrow, but resolve it quickly. Go for the win-win whenever possible. Marriage counseling is a good thing. Remember often what you love about your husband. Tell him what you love about him. Laugh often and much. Turn mistakes into funny memories. You'll be glad you did. Snuggle as much as possible. Trust God with your marriage. If you're struggling and not sure what to do, or you've realized that pornography has entered your marriage, please hop on over to KirstenDSamuel.com and click the blue button. Let's talk. There is a way forward, and you will survive this.